Hello and welcome to the Tacticool Project. I'm your host, as always, Tacticool, working every day to bring you the best gun, gear, and knife channel available on YouTube. And in today's video, we're going to go ahead and take a look at my Streamlight ProTac 2aaa. I got this thing probably 2 months ago because, as you guys know from my other videos, I EDC a Maglite XL50, and it was just getting a little heavy, a little bulky, and I had a few accidental discharges in my EDC, and I didn't like that it was going through batteries like that, so I started looking for another light to EDC. I still like the XL50, and it's in my get home bag now, but just wasn't working out for EDC. So whenever I was looking around, I knew I wanted to go with Penlight, just for size and overall form factor. And it seemed like the two best things to go with was either the Streamlight ProTac or Stylus Pro, or the 4.7s Preon 2. And whenever I was comparing them, I really couldn't decide. I couldn't see a difference between the 4.7s or the Streamlight. And since there was about a $20 price difference, I went with the Streamlight, and really, I haven't regretted it one bit. This is really just a fantastic little light. So let's go ahead and talk about the features of this product. First of all, we'll just go ahead and start with this stuff. It has this pocket clip here with really good retention on it. It is removable. I'm thinking about taking it off just because of how I do my EDC. I don't really need that. Has this anti-roll bit here on the front, as you can see the light's catching it. This flat stuff makes it so that you can set it down and it's not going to roll away on you. Has a, they call it C4 LED technology. So I don't really know what that means other than that it's LED light. Has this crown here on the top, for I guess you could use it for self-defense purposes if you really wanted to. And has this really the ProTac. The reason why I went with this over the regular Stylus Pro is because it has this stiffer tail cap button. So that's why this one won out over the Stylus Pro. So this one has 3 different settings. It has, and they all have momentary on and then hard on. So they all have, so it starts out on high, which is 80 lumens, and so you can just do quick tap. It's 80 lumens, runs for an hour and a half at that setting. Then 2 quick taps is strobe, and it'll run that way for 5 hours. And then 3 quick taps is low, and that's 10 lumens, and that will run for 30 hours. So 80 lumens for an hour and a half, strobe for 5 hours, or low for 30 hours at 10 lumens. And they all have a hard-on engagement too, where you can click it down and it'll stay on, or you can do the momentary. But you got to press down. It takes a pretty good amount of force to push down and get it to stay on. Like it's not just a little bit of force there. So really like it. It has this rubberized tail cap here, which is holding up very nicely. So talked about that. Now specifications are size and weight. We already did a little bit of specifications with the lumens and the runtime, but we'll talk about the overall form factor of the Penlight here. This is a 5.62 inches long and weighs in at 2 ounces. So this thing is very lightweight compared to the other one that I was toting around. I think it was 4 or 4.5 ounces. So this is half or a little less than half. And 5.62 inches really isn't that long. I was a little bit worried about it, but not that long at all. As you can see, right next to this regular Sharpie, not really enough bigger to even bother saying it's bigger. So, as you can see, very nice. Materials used. This is a anodized aluminum body, and it's mil-spec anodizing. It seems to be holding up a little bit better than what Maglite's putting on their stuff. My Maglite, even in my EDC bag. And if you guys are wondering how I do my EDC and stuff, I have a video on that, and you'll be able to see why I said, you know, the pocket clip's not really that important to me and stuff like that, because of how I do my EDC. But Anodizing seems to be holding up good. This is just a little bit of dust in there. That's not coming off or anything. So, holding up really nice. Like I said, rubberized tail cap button. I think this is aluminum or maybe stainless. I don't know. Doesn't really say what the pocket clip's made out of. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is about that. Aftermarket mods, haven't done any. Like I said, thinking about taking the pocket clip off just because how I do my EDC, it doesn't really make sense. Although this one has pretty low profile, so it hasn't really taken up so much room to where I want to take it off yet. Methodology use. This thing is obviously it's meant to be for tactical personnel, so like police officers, military personnel, stuff like that. However, my profession is I'm an athletic trainer, so if you guys don't know what that is, if somebody gets hurt, like the Super Bowl is coming up, so if somebody gets hurt, the guy that runs out there and takes care of the football guy, that's the athletic trainer. So it's sort of like an EMT, a nurse, and a physical therapist rolled up into one person. So these are good for somebody like me. I use this at work a lot. So it would also be good for EMTs, you know, even emergency room doctors, or you know, any doctor that needs a Penlight. All doctors need them. So these are nice ones to have, especially if you're doing a job where you're moving around a lot, like an EMT or an athletic trainer that's in a medical field, because this one won't turn on accidentally and stuff. Whereas the Stylus Pro, I haven't had any access to a Stylus Pro yet, although I think I'd like to get one. But one of the selling points is that this one specifically said the tail cap was a little bit stronger, so that it wouldn't turn on accidentally. But and then also another difference between this and the regular Stylus Pro is that this seems to be missing, or not missing, but milled down so that it's all the same size as this. So it's a little oversized. But that's pretty much about it for the methodology use. Police personnel, security, military personnel, and then like I said, EMT, athletic trainers, medical personnel that are running around a lot having to do emergency response. Price and value. This thing was a little expensive. I was a little bit hesitant whenever I first bought it because I felt like it was a little expensive. This was $31, and where I was coming from with that is, and it was $31 on Amazon. So I think I had to buy one other thing to get free shipping, so it wasn't all that bad. 31 bucks, and my Maglite XL50 was $28. So as you can see, like for $3 more, I was like, well, it's smaller, and I guess that's what you're paying for, is to shrink the technology down so that you can use it. But after using it, totally worth the money. Go out and buy one of these. These are great. I would put this at a very high value. It's pretty much, with the price that I got it for on Amazon, I feel like is exactly what you should pay for something like this. Ruggedly built, works great. I like the fact that it runs on 2 AAAs too, because like I said in my get home bag, I'm running that Maglite XL50, which also runs on AAAs. So now in my EDC and my get home bag, I just need one set of batteries. That's a personal philosophy of mine, is I like to have as many things running the same battery as I can, just because it makes it so that there's that many less things that I have to worry about. I don't have to make sure I have 3 batteries, a couple AAAs, and a AA. Like, I don't have to worry about that. I just need to make sure I have AAA, and that's it. So, ratings and impression after use, I gotta give this a 9 out of 10. And the reason it's getting a 9 out of 10 is you're going to be like, Tack, he just went on for almost 10 minutes about how much he liked this light. What's the deal? Okay, and the deal is this. I like everything about this except for one thing. Okay, and it comes down to the order in which the modes are engaged. All right, it goes high, strobe, and then low. I wish that strobe was on the back end of that, so it would be either high, low, and then strobe, or low, high, then strobe. That would be my preferred one, is if you turned it on, first button push was low, second button push was high, third button push was strobe. That would be awesome to me. If it came out in that order instead of high strobe, low. The strobe in the middle just irritates me a little bit whenever I'm trying to get to the low part. I don't know. It's just a personal issue, I guess. I'll get over it. But because of that, it's getting a 9 out of 10. As always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe so that you can be one of the first to view my videos as they become available. Till next time, tack out.